Hello. So this week for one of my collage influences, it's going to be a first. I'm actually going to have one of them is someone who is actually a friend of mine, which is an artist from New Zealand called Peter Lewis. You may have heard of him. I've mentioned him before. And how we came to know each other is if I remember it correctly, I think it might have been me that set up a collage art group on, I think it might have been Excite. That's how long ago it was, and they're obviously not going anymore. And called Elvis H Christ, and he was one of the people that joined in along, and the one that I've kept most in touch with. Unfortunately, and there was another guy called Tom Dorian who, unfortunately, since in between now and then has died. And the first book that I came out, I brought out, which is no longer in print. I put in memory of his work. And I don't know if his work's still on the net. He went by the name of Night Owl, so that's something to look up. But my friend Peter, now he did have his own, and it is still up there, a site called warpark.co.nz. But he's he has now with his Etsy store coming up that he's put up, and you'll be able to see the rather long URL there. But it will be this here that will be, well, with the T as well. It'd be this here that you would see, that you would type in, or you could just type in Peter Lewis Collage in Google. That's how uh, I quickly got this. So his work is very much of a surrealist nature, and we both have a lot of the same influences. And the fact that we're both big fans of Winston Smith, we both have Dead Kennedys tattoos, and he has a lot more. And a lot of his style now is to put a collage on a canvas, I believe. So yeah, materials paper canvas, March Podge. Now this appears to be the original. So I think he'll sell originals and prints. I know he used to sell prints from his site. I don't, but I think something like that became quite expensive now. So um, that's why I can only put low in stock, only one left. So this is the original. Um, but there's where we came up with the same influences, and you can see our styles are quite different. So he plays a lot with. I mean, yes, we both use eyes sometimes. But he plays a lot with shapes. Here we got the religious iconography of Kali, and I think further down in it, you've got all these little bits from. We both use kids' encyclopedias, and I don't know if he ever got some of the same ones that I did, because he's. I know there's one piece that he's mentioned that he's actually used. Um, the same element that I have. And with it being in New Zealand and the UK are very similar culturally and climate wise and everything else. So they he might get some of the same ones, but you have all these great elements here. They're a lot. His work is a lot busier than mine as well. But that's a trait that I think he shares with Winston Smith, is how busy both of their works can be. There's a lot of stuff that's come from over the years, but as you can see, he plays a lot with shapes, and I don't know the word to describe this, but it's almost like fractal. It's very dreamlike, and he mixes styles a lot more than I do. So I wouldn't be brave enough to put something like this very 2D drawing amongst all the other stuff, but it's almost this has almost like a vintage cartoon vibe to it, and it reminds me a bit of, especially this guy here. Um, he's not staying up. The little green guy at the bottom. It reminds me a bit of some of those old 30s cartoons, but colorized, and a video game series that my son likes to play. And there's a cartoon about something called Cuphead, so it has that kind of feel to it. So But his stuff is absolutely amazing. But then you have her stuff here also that's very different to all that, which is he likes to sometimes does like to do with the black and white um, Victorian engravings, and it still has this kind of Winston Smithish feel. This is something that all three of us do. Myself, Winston Smith, and Peter will have like the thing playing around with hands, our hand coming down to place something, or intruding into the um, image. And these are all paper, so either he's bought books of these or he's actually managed to find um, uh, online things and print them out. As far as I know, he doesn't do much, if any, in the way of digital. But certainly none of this will be. Oh, this is just a paper one. This isn't a canvas one. So very, very, very surrealist. I don't recall him doing anything that's overtly political in as mine. It's just our styles differ that way, and anything he does that is political is um, is um, is a bit more subtle than mine. Now this here, I would say the addition there is very Winston Smithish, but that's just because of the material he's used, because that's counteracted by that how he's uh, portrayed this, put the eyes on this goat. That is pure Peter and the childlike imagery against these traditionally um, 1960s or 50s um, adverts or illustrations. I apologise. So this is a very unique style. Um, you can see kind of where the influences come from, but also they remind me a bit. I don't know if it's also a bit because of sometimes he will put in the black and white elements here. It reminds me quite a bit of Max Ernst's work as well. If you look at the book that I reviewed in a previous looked through in a previous episode, it's like that. And something else that's unique to him that he does, he will put in the speech bubbles sometimes, which is a very good touch, I think. So, and he seems to have mastered this thing. It's a very important element to artwork. That this kind of artwork that I seem to incredibly struggle with is um, good titles. And this is interesting because here this may be some of his own photographs because I didn't get to meet him when he did come up to my hemisphere a few years back, well, maybe about 5 years back actually. But he wasn't anywhere near I was or could get to at that time. So because he has some family background in Wales, so he has these here. So these may be of things that he either got when he was here, took photos, or all just inspired by here. So that's cool because you got the Welsh dragons, which is pretty cool. He must have picked up this book um, from while he was here or something. That's like something from a kid's book, and that is like a castle that probably would have been in Wales, maybe somewhere in the UK. So this is Peter's work. Absolutely, please do check his stuff out, and if you have the coinage, buy something. I don't know if he's going to end up putting up prints at some point, or if he will go the print on demand route like I've tried. Um, but this is just the barest sample of his work, and it's absolutely great. I mean, let's have a look on his site while it's still up, if it is. Yep. And so this is his site. I don't know how long he's going to keep that up, and it's got a nice foreword by Winston Smith. It's WordPress theme. Actually, I could speak to him about it. He could actually just still put this up on WordPress and just not have the domain name. That's what he could do possibly. So got all this piece. This piece here. This was used for the cover, one of the covers of my when I had my cultural dissection magazine. So he was a frequent contributor to this, and I don't know why the pictures are broken now. That's annoying. Let's try again another one. And the pictures are broken. That's the internet for you. Also, he has his own musical project called Shark Week, which is kind of electronic-y type um, um, electronic type project. So those two, well, that picture is definitely his. Um, well, I'd be very surprised if it wasn't. So let me know what you think of his work. I think it's great, but if I didn't, I wouldn't be putting it as one of my influences. But it's good that some people you come up into your life after you've started this can still they can help egg you on as well, because seeing his work has certainly helped me try to do better. So let me know what you think. Like, share, and subscribe. My description has my link tree in it, which has my merchants and my socials. And I shall speak to you soon. Thank you.